Well, good evening, hello, and welcome. Welcome to Leading Ladies, Leaving Legacies. I am Joy Ruffin, your leadership and style consultant, a signature style specialist, speaker, executive producer, TV host, and podcaster. And every Wednesday night, I bring you a leading lady, and we share a lot of information with you to share with you on your journey. And tonight is no exception. Oh my goodness, oh my gracious. You remember who used to say that all the time? I do. I bet you do as well. This lady was a teacher, and we're going to start off talking about a little bit about that because I love teachers because so many were so impactful and helpful to me on my journey to get here to you. Tonight, you're going to meet a leading lady who's going to share a lot with us about how you can transform your life in the best way with non-drug phototherapy. And we're going to talk a lot about that. But for now, sit back and relax. Take it easy, as someone once said, and just make yourself comfortable and help me to welcome our featured guest speaker tonight, Dr. Susie Mierzwik. Susie, as they say in the come on up. Hi, Susie.
Hello, Joy.
Oh my God. I'm so happy to have you here. You know, I get too excited. That's my issue that I'm dealing with. I'm working with it, but I'm so thrilled with two of the things that you're doing. But I want to start off, Susie, because as I mentioned in the intro, I love teachers, and you were a teacher for a lot of years. Tell us a little bit about that before we get going.
Yes. Ever since I was a little girl, I wanted to be a teacher. And as soon as I graduated from college, my first teaching job was as an English teacher in high school. And I was only a few years older than my students.
That's a good story. I love that. And you know why? Because English, as much as I like and I do this, that was one of the subjects that I had the hardest time with because of my learning disabilities, but they didn't even have names at the time. So I value people like you who teach. And you were the same age, more or less, as the students. That's a good joke.
Just about.
I love that. Susie, no kidding. There's no joke here. Teachers are special. We all know that. But now you're doing something that excites me beyond exciting. And that is what we call non-drug phototherapy. So tell us, what is non-drug phototherapy?
Okay, I'll explain each word.
Yeah.
First of all, there's no drugs involved, so you can rest assured it's 100% safe. Now, you know how we get sunlight on our body, and it creates vitamin D in our body. We're not taking the sun, it's just the frequency of the light. Well, you might know that human beings, animals, and other live creatures emit light. This is called
cell renewal?
No, it's not cell renewal. It is infrared energy. We have infrared with night vision goggles. And since we have this energy in our body, when we attach a little patch to our skin, it sends a signal to our brain.
Oh my goodness.
This is just how easy it is.
Well, what's so appealing about this is that we'll talk a little wee bit more about the patch a little bit later, but it's non-drug therapy, however you want to look at it. And it helps you to rejuvenate and renew those cells, because the reality for all of us, Susie, is no one wants to grow old. You want to age gracefully. And from my limited knowing and my own research, I think this is what you're offering us, much more than that. But how did you come to get involved with this?
It actually started out in my classroom. In 2009, I was in my classroom and my hands were like this. I could barely pick up a pencil.
Oh my
goodness. Because I had severe pain and swelling in my joints of my hands and my feet. And so what happened was, one of the parents of my former students came to the classroom and she said, "My son is graduating from high school." And I had him 13 years earlier year. So we started to get reacquainted, and I had her other son and her nephew, but I hadn't seen her in a while. So I said, "Well, are you still a nurse?" She said, "No, I got injured on the job, and I was out of work for 6 months on 13 medications.
Oh my goodness.
But somebody introduced her to a little
Patch.
phototherapy patch."
Ah.
She said, "Susie, you have got to try this anti-aging device." And I said, "Oh, I've tried all these potions, lotions, drugs, prescriptions that
Yes.
the doctors had given me over the decades, and nothing worked."
Well, you know,
So
it's
try this.
exciting. It's exciting that you found this and it's a patch because what you just said is so potent for everyone because most everyone who has any kind of joint issues and arthritis runs heavy in my family line on both sides. But what does it do? How does it do that? Because you said it helped to alleviate the pain and the joint suffering and aches that you had. So how does it do that?
Okay, and that's a great question.
Yes.
What some people don't realize is that most pain comes from inflammation
Ah,
and toxins. Now, remember, I said that I had been taking prescription medicines
yes.
for
Mhm.
decades with no good results. So, our body holds on to these toxins,
Yes, yes, yes,
and
yes.
when we have pain, we have inflammation. So, we
Oh.
have to get rid of the inflammation and get rid of the toxins, then the body can start to heal itself.
And that's where, if I'm not mistaken, and please correct me, I have no shame and no blame and no regrets when I ask questions because I don't know, so I want to know. Is that when we enter into what you discuss or what you would call cell renewal?
Well, we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves.
Okay.
Before we can renew ourselves, we
Yes.
basically have to clean out the things that
Ah,
are
makes
clogging
sense.
our body.
Makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense.
Right.
And that's what the beginning seeds of this patch will do for us. And
Yes.
that's why,
Yes.
especially if you're aging and your cells are not rejuvenating and renewing themselves, that's what it'll do for you, right?
Yes. Yes. Now let's just imagine you were
Yes.
going to redecorate a room. And you
Uh-huh.
went out and you got the new furniture, new drapery, new carpeting, and you put it right on top of all the old furnishings, the old paint, the old wallpaper. It wouldn't look
Uh-huh.
very attractive. So our body has accumulated baggage, so to speak. So we have to first clean out our closet before we can be renewed.
That
So
makes so much
if
sense.
we detox, which is shed all this excess toxins and inflammation from the body, then the cells can start to renew.
Ah, well, you know, it makes a lot of sense. It just makes a lot of sense. Let me ask you if you can, I heard you in the beginning, but I'm not sure. How long, contingent upon the severity of whatever it is, does it take for one to realize that this is making impact, that this is doing something for
That's a
them? That's
great
good.
question. And
I always ask good
basically, in my
questions.
case, I started to feel better within a month. However, I was using patches that actually detox my body. Now,
Oh,
in some cases, if people have not completed a detox process, they might not realize results so quickly. You
mm.
see? So think about a garbage disposal.
Yes, yes, yes.
Many years ago, it was Thanksgiving, and I was busy in the kitchen peeling all the vegetables, and I pushed the button, and everything came out of the garbage disposal,
No,
much to my horror.
I know.
So Our body is like that. We've accumulated all these things over decades. If we don't flush it out of our body, havoc will ensue. And so we get aches and pains and chronic conditions because our body is not functionally optimally.
Wow, that's exciting. I don't know why we're getting a lot of feedback, Susie. I don't know where
Yes,
it's coming from. It's not you, it's not me. I don't know. Kirill, if there's any way you can check that. But you mentioned something that's really good for the novice to know going forward with any new project: detoxing, cleansing.
yes,
That has to be done almost contingent on whatever it might be that you want to get the improvements to work with and for.
yes,
So, how you accentuate knowing what you have to do, that's a whole different thing. So, you've already explained to us how it works, and that's one of the beginning seeds of how it works. You have to do the cleanse, you have to do the
yes,
detox.
yes.
So, does that involve the patch, or is there something else that you use?
Well, I know that people can experience detoxing through many methods and modalities,
Yes,
but
yes.
since I use LifeWave, it just involves using a little patch and you just put it under your belly button because
Ah,
that's a strong energy point.
okay.
And we drink water. Now, why do we
Oh,
drink water?
yes, 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 yes. Almost
Water
everything.
helps to detoxify. It carries out things our body does not need, and it helps promote the energy movement of things that are helpful to the body.
Yes, I just know because I had a doctor's appointment and she said you got to drink more water, and I drink a
Yes,
lot of water, but more water. So I get that.
right.
That's really good information because I don't know of anyone on the planet who doesn't want to erase any type of uncomfortable feelings within the body. And
Yes,
this is a good way to do that. Susie,
yes,
I'm going to take a quick little reset, a break here, and then I'm going to come back. And I want to talk a wee bit more about, you spoke to it lightly, but I want to go deep diving into it. What can we all do to get our health in conjunction with what you're offering us, optimal health, that we can get this transforming your life to work for us in the best way? Carill's going to put you in the green room, and I'm going to be back with you in just a second, and we'll address that.
okay,
I love this. Why? Because I don't care. I happen to be a happy senior and happy to be. I'm delighted each and every day that I rise. But let me tell you, the cell renewal, this being able to detox and cleanse and get rid of pains and aches, who doesn't want that? I mean, you'd have to be, and don't think that it's just for the seniors or the elders and so on. It's for everyone because it can support you in what you're doing. But now, let me share with you this. If you're not a member of Leading Ladies, Leaving Legacies, well, I don't know why not. You belong here. Leading Ladies, Leaving Legacies. That's what we're all about. We're a community of women who all are in camaraderie together. And this is how I met the beautiful Susie here and a fabulous group that we'll mention to you a little bit later, GSFE, the Global Society for Female Entrepreneurial Women. And it's a great group, but you need to join my group as well. And we'll tell you a little bit about that. And because of the work that I do and loving working with women, knowing how much we all need each other, I know that we all need and want to know a little bit more about ourselves. Every ounce of us we need to be able to know more about. And that's why I'm offering you this freebie. It's called Designing You, because it's your time. It's like you're going on a treasure hunt to find your magic. You might feel that you already know what it is, but trust me when I tell you that this is going to give you so much more insight and in-depth information. And then if you want to pursue it further and make the investment in you, you can, and you ought to, because there's nothing like it out here on the market. There's nothing like what Susie's offering us either. So, by the way, just for a second, I'd love for you to put up that poster that Susie brought to us. These women are 78 years old. Which one are you? Which one do you want to be? Well, I know which one I want to be. I know whether I'm 60, 70, 80, 90, or I'm a Porsche 103. It doesn't really matter. You want to be vibrant, youthful, and energetic with a spirit and a zest for life, not the other way around. And that's what Susie is offering. So that said, Susie, I love that poster. I really do, because it conveys more than words could ever. It speaks volumes. But tell us, how do we get into optimal health knowing that this is something that's going to support us? What would you suggest that we start off doing?
Well, as you know, Joy, we have a mind, body, and spirit, and they're
Yes.
all connected, right? So I say the first thing we do is our mindset. We have to decide that we are going on a health journey.
Yes.
Because I find out that if people say, oh, you know what, I'm just going to put this little patch on and I'm going to continue to sit on the television and eat candy all day.
Yes.
We can put all the patches on we want, but we haven't decided to take a health journey.
You know, Susie, I love that for this reason, because it's not only the people who might be in the other generation, elder, aging, whatever terminology you choose to use, but the bottom line is almost everybody at some point in time needs this, and health is everything. It's the best wealth you're ever going to have in life. So what you're saying is true. You can vegetate here, there, and about, but if you're not utilizing the mind, body, and spirit at its highest vibration, you got issues, big issues. But that's where you come in, because health has always been important, but now for some reason, I think more and more people are jumping on board to find out a little bit more about it. And that's good. Now, tell us about the patch and how long. You said you within a month you discovered and you could feel and sense the difference. Tell us some of the other attributes, talents, traits of this patch that will do for us.
Well, is it okay if I share a few little testimonials?
Oh, absolutely. Positively.
So I was having coffee with a lady a couple months ago, and I noticed that her face was all swollen. And I thought, oh, maybe she had a bad Botox job. So she said, Susie, as soon as we're done with our coffee, I have to go to the emergency room. So I said, what happened? She said, oh, I went to the dentist and he gave me some kind of medication and her face swelled up like a tomato. So I said, okay, put this little patch right on your belly button.
Below the belly button.
And drink a bottle of water. And we continued to talk. Well, over a 20-minute period, the swelling started to disappear from her face.
Oh my goodness.
Because this little glutathione patch was detoxing what was giving her an adverse reaction.
Pulling out.
And all she had to do was drink the water.
Wow.
And put on the patch.
Wow. Now,
another time, I'm in the yoga class.
That's a great story. Before you go, Susie, before you go any further, that's a good story, a great story. But let me ask you this. I think you answered it, but I need to ask it. You said she put on the patch and within 20 minutes, you could see the difference. As a general rule, and I know it's vast and different for each and every one, and you said it was 30 days, you could feel and see the difference. Do you wear that patch 24/7? Do you wear it straight through? Do you take it off after 2 or 3 days and put on a new one? What's the system there?
Perfect question. So the patches come in little envelopes. We call it a sleeve.
Yes.
Of 30 pieces. So that's like a month's supply.
Got it.
You wear each one for 12 hours a day. So I tell my clients, you wake up, you brush your teeth, you put on your patch. At the end of the day, you brush your teeth, you take off your patch, you go to bed. So it's pretty simple.
That was a good explanation. And this is what, people, the devil is in the details, Susie. We know this. And that's what people want to know. I love that. Now you can give us another analogy, another story. That was a good one, though. I like that. I like them all. Go.
Okay, so I'm in my yoga class.
Yes.
I noticed a lady over on the side is having problems breathing. So I run over and I said, what is it? She said, asthma. I got out my patches, this time a pair of patches, and I put them right here on her t-shirt.
Oh.
This is a lung acupuncture point. I gave her a drink of water. In 5 minutes, she starts to breathe normally again. So what has happened? These patches have opened up her energy channels so that now she can breathe.
Susie, I love that. Let me tell you why, because all the time we're sharing and talking about this, I don't share personal stuff, but I'm going to ask, and I'll just ask you on the live video TV thing. It's all the same. You said initially that the best place, contingent upon what you needed for, was the belly button below. Now you're saying
Yes,
up near the shop, blah, blah, blah. And what would you do for a
yes.
person like my hubby who's had a heart attack and has issues now breathing? Where would he place a
Okay,
patch like that?
yes. If you have breathing
Yes.
issues, you place it right here because these are lung meridians.
Ah, okay.
You see, and if you've ever seen an acupuncture chart,
Yes,
Joy,
yes,
which they have in a
I have.
chiropractor's office,
Hmm.
a massage therapist, a reflexologist,
Right.
they have the picture of all those energy channels. And if they're blocked, we have some kind of adverse effect.
Now that's,
When you open those energy channels,
yes.
then the body starts to normalize.
Okay. And I think you might have answered it, but I'm going to ask if you've had a heart issue and you're wearing 3 stents in your heart, and even if you put it here, it's not going to do anything that's going to damage the heart.
No,
Okay.
and I'm so glad you asked the
Yes. Yeah,
question
yeah.
because when I told you about these examples,
Yes.
I am putting the patches on the person's clothing. So, since it's a signal of light, we don't have to put it on our bare skin. We can, but we don't have to.
I like that. A signal of light. So it's
Yes,
contingent. And then if you're putting it on your clothing, Susie, and contingent on what the use or the need for it is, how long do you wear it? Would that still be for we don't wear it for
yes, 12
12
hours.
hours?
Yes,
Okay. So the 12
12
hours.
hours.
Well, this is fascinating.
So it's easy to remember. You wake up in the morning, you brush your teeth, you put on a patch.
Yes.
At the end of the day, you brush your teeth, you take off your patch. That's it, simple.
I think, well, it is simple. And listen, today, Susie, you know as well as I that everybody wants boom, 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 quick, fast, speedy. If it's too convoluted and too involved and too nobody makes the time anymore because we're in
Right.
this speedy kind of era that we're in. This is exciting for me because I know how powerful it can be, and your energy tops mine any day. And I love that. It's all about the zest for life and living. And I'm sure you were always this jovial, outgoing person, even in your teaching and so on and so forth. But what do you find today? Would it be more men or women that come to you, or a combination of both for the
That's a
discovery?
good question.
Yes.
And you know what, Joy?
No.
I find that it's very easy to work with women because most people that are our age or
Yes.
younger
Yes.
want to be vibrant,
Yes.
active, energetic, discovering the rest of their life,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly. We don't want to become vegetables and just settle
No,
into blah blah
no,
oblivion and that mediocrity and that mundane, monotonous. Who
no.
needs that? No one that I know of. Listen, the time flies here. It really does. But this is fascinating for me. Let's speak a little bit. It's away from what you're doing, but yet it's connected because I've met the most fabulous women in the group that you and I belong to. Tell us what you do in this group, GSFE, and then
Yes,
yeah.
well, for your listeners, it's the Global Society for Female Entrepreneurs,
Yes,
and it is headed by Lady Dr. Robbie
love
Motter,
her.
who has founded this organization to help women elevate, develop, network,
Yeah.
and live their best life,
Yes.
and all helping each other cooperatively and not competitively.
This is why I love the group. I love the group because as women, we have to stop this comparing, competing, and copying. It's just dead. It's gone.
Yes.
I don't know where the time goes here, Susie, but I want Kirill, my beautiful engineer, to put up your poster. And I want you to tell us a little bit about what you're offering for those who, and all of your information is below it, but tell us a little bit more about the free samples that you're offering and how they can go about it. So Kirill is going to put
Okay.
up that poster and just share with us any information that we've not shared so far. The stage is yours. All righty.
Well, thank you. So you will see that my email, kindercat9@gmail.com, the listeners can contact me. And if Kirill puts up the other
Yes.
poster, yes,
Mm-hmm.
you'll see my website, https SusieMierzwik.com.
Mm-hmm.
Now, listeners will be able to contact me. There's a little button where you can schedule on Calendly,
Mm-hmm.
and there's also a place in the website where they can put their email and name, and I can reach out to them. And my free offer is some samples of the Eon patch, which is anti-inflammatory and also reduces stress.
Well, I want a package. I want the free
We
thing.
all need it.
Well, I want to try one for hubby, and then and not if it works. I know it does, or you wouldn't be involved with it, Susie. So that's in jest that I say that to you. But listen, I love the work that you're doing because I know that it's time for us, whatever generation we're in, to have the melding and the blending of the two. And this is what you're doing for all of us who are in the elder senior category, whatever that might be, and also for the young who might have some health issues, because this product that you're offering us is absolutely mind-boggling. It really is. And I'm just honored that we're in the same group, that we know each other, and you took the time to share with us. You have any ending parting words you want to share with us before we say so long for now? Whatever you want to leave the audience with.
I say we only have one beautiful life to live. Let's not waste it, but we can rejuvenate and regenerate and live long, live well, and live younger.
Wow. I'm going to write that down when I listen back to the That was great. Susie, I love the work you're doing, and I just think it's so needed, and I want to support in every way that I can. And I'm hoping that as we move forward here, that you'll get a lot of attraction and people who are interested in knowing a little bit more about this work that you're doing, which is phenomenal. And as I started off to say, I love teachers, so I bid you farewell for now, and I'll see you in the green room. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right.
Thank you so much, Joy, for letting me be on your platform.
My pleasure. My pleasure. My friends, I bring to you each and every week a phenomenal, fantastic lady in so many ways, all vastly different, which is my intention, so that you can share with her all of the information that you're about, because it's all about, as she mentioned in the parting, about GSFE collaboration, getting to know one another and to share. So I'm inviting you to connect with Susie and make sure that you see and get the sample pack and see how phenomenal. I'm going to do that for hubby and then for myself as well. You be and stay well. Look after yourself first so that you can look after all the people who need you. They need your love and they need your wisdom. And by the way, next week is my birthday week. Woo-hoo, I'll be 103. Yes, I will. Anyway, laugh with me, chuckle with me. It's a joke. But in the meantime, I'm taking next week off, but I'll be back the following week. You be and stay well. And I send you, as I always do, much, much love. From my heart to your heart. Embrace it. Cheers.